leaves of many colors. Finally starting to look like autumn around here. Hey there, rail fans. I'm actually finding a window to find some action on the rails, or lack thereof right now. Lineville Sub right now has red signals in both directions. Hoping for the opposite on the SNA was cut short, as some work equipment was occupying the main. But looking here at the sign right here next to me, the lady that owns these houses actually has one here sold. She's been trying so hard to pull this off since both are in a commercial area. Well, with nothing going on, I decided to go over to Donut Joe's and grab something to eat. The building sits right next to the tracks at the Highway 52 crossing for the Lineville Sub, and I got something good. Breakfast of Champions right there. Looking back at the SNA, work is all done with that equipment. The driver of that tractor is putting it on the trailer. He'll be getting out of here in a few minutes. While that's going on, I did hear a train at Parkwood Junction coming this way. So I decided to get on the inside part of the curve and get ready for him. Sporting an all-EMD show, it's Work Train W809 bound for the Big Easy, New Orleans. An SD40-3 followed by a -2, another -3, and another -2. While this was going on, I heard a high railer on the Lineville Sub asking for EC1 protection to go into Pelham siding. He's doing this, so I decided to jump on over and check it out. The Lee Street signal is already showing an approach, so there's definitely a train coming, but not sure who it is yet. But my attention was diverted back to the SNA again. My scanner went off saying there's another train coming, so I got ready for him. It's local M715 with an ES40DC and an ES448H leading, and Michael Stevens on board as well. If I was on the conductor side, I would have been greeted by some fashionable greeting Michael would usually do as he passed by. That's just Michael being Michael, which is awesome. Well, that's 2 trains for SNA. Now back over to the Lineville and see on the progress of this high railer. Looking towards Lee Street, he is now in the siding, so that means the EC1 protection has been released, that track's going to be lined up, and that signal right there is going to go clear any moment now. Since it's now a waiting game for that northbound, I'm looking at that car across the street parked near the tracks. No doubt that's a railfan there, and he's going to get out and watch as that train comes by. With the truck now continuing to proceed south, as well as that railfan, which I knew it was, coming out to check out the train, here comes that train. It's Q126. Over the past few months, this train and its southbound counterpart has been through a lot. Redirected, reassigned, abolished, and unabolished or reinstated, given your term. Q126 comes from my hometown Savannah, Georgia, in Savannah Yard. And as always, this train has a long line of bare tables, and today is no different. Things got quiet after the stack train, but looking back at the Lee Street signal once again, it's showing an approach. The high railer that passed by earlier, he's at Watkins, the next siding to the south, and he's meeting another train. And that train will be meeting the other train here in Pelham. Taking in the waiting game and looking at some red spider lilies right here, I didn't hear this.
Q154, 15, 56, 52, 92. Stopped on the main and Donut Joe, northbound.
Like Q126, Q154 is also one of those reassigned trains. I used to see this train go up and down the Fitzgerald sub all the time. Now it comes from Fairburn, Georgia, just south of Atlanta, comes to A&WP onto the Lineville sub, and comes right through here. Minutes later, our southbound train shows up. This is L181, a stack train coming from East Thomas Yard BNSF, with the usual BNSF power. Pulling the train today is an ET44C4 and a pair of ES44C4s. The C4 in their names means they have 4 traction motors. The middle axle in the triple wheel set is not powered. After a brief stop, both trains began to head forward to their destinations. Both of the conductors of these crews are very cool, especially the one coming at me in Q154. We had a nice little chit-chat when he passed by. Both trains are really long today. They're trying to sync it up to where they can get to the next signal without having to stop. And fortunately, both signals actually end up clearing up for them. Medium clear for L181 and a clear signal for Q154. However, the conductor Q184 says something that just made me crack up.
15415, BNSF 5292, clear, north end Pelham, northbound.
That's the bluest pumpkin I've ever seen. After the meet, everything got quiet. I was waiting for one particular train, but he was still well to the north. So I decided to pack up and head out. Before doing such, I did find out something regarding these two houses. The one on the left there is sold as well, but it's going to be made into a bakery of some sort. That should be interesting. However, the one on the right, which was mentioned to be sold already, apparently the contract might be falling through, but that might be a good sign for a couple that was looking at the house earlier today. We'll find out sooner or later. Well, that will do it for here, but not the video, because I still wanted to catch that one particular train I mentioned earlier. It's called W221, coming south. Night came as well as the rain, but I got word it was on the move. But I was late of knowing about this, so I was late getting on the road, which puts me behind another train, which is Q029. Coming from 59th Street Yard in Chicago, Illinois, this train is bound for Fairborn, just like L181. I've been following it all night long, trying to get a good night spot to catch the train W221. However, each time I got into a spot, I saw the markers of this train just teasing me that you can't catch me. Well, guess what? I'm here in Talladega. Yes, Talladega, about an hour east to catch this train and the next one coming behind it. I know W221 is following this train, but I have a few minutes until he shows up. So I decided to gas up and get a few things and come right back. And I get to meet another railfan I haven't seen in a while, Elijah. Sadly, his satellite flashes weren't working, so he wasn't sure if he was going to get that night shot or not, but he was getting video just like myself. And here comes that Coke train, W221, with UP 1989, the Denver Rio Grande Heritage Unit, in the lead. This train is bound for Rincon, Georgia, a town north of Savannah where I'm from. No doubt this train will be in the daytime once it goes through Georgia, and a lot of rail fans are going to get their chance to get a good video or a photo of it. So good luck out there, rail fans. As for me, I am about to get out of here, and hopefully Elijah can get a good night shot of this train further up the tracks. So here at ANJ 910.25 here in Talladega, thanks for watching. Until the next milepost.